blame, you mad it.
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the bullroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the bullroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Stacking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. Me should stick it in the bullroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the bullroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP Money. My name is AJ, I am the team lead here, and I'm joined by my co-host with the most, LA, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm super pumped. This is going to be such a good AMA. Oh my gosh.
100%, man. We are really excited. Again, this is our live AMA. We're now doing twice a week. And this is going to be a jam-packed one. So we have a ton of special guests today. We have a lot of alpha, more info, and so again, maybe a little bit of a longer one, but a ton of loose ends should be tied up today as we continue to move forward. So just to give you a fast breakdown, the first announcement, or special guest rather, is our dev team. So we're going to introduce them in a minute. After that, we get not our Jake, but another Jake from DeXFinance. We'll have him on to talk about our DeXFinance partnership, as well as L1X, and then a few other incredible developments with some partner protocols, including Speakeasy and Level X. So a ton happening. Again, make sure, if anybody wants to know about what's happening at EMP, invite them to this YouTube or Telegram recording, or if they can make it to the live, because this will be a really great one. So, all right, to kick things off, I know a lot of you have been asking on some development updates. So I'm going to bring on the one and only Jake, our Jake, Chad Dev, as a lot of you guys know him as well. Jake, are you there, brother?
Hey.
There he is.
How's it going?
He lives. What's up, brother? Oh, man, I know you've been in the basement coding. I know, I try to keep everybody updated, but it's great to hear from you directly. And we have Shane on as well, who's been working with Jake and runs his own dev team that we have contracted. And so now our dev team is growing even more. We have about 5 full-time devs now, both front end and back end. So yeah, I know, just to give kind of a high-level overview, Jake, I'll have you start, and then maybe Shane can go more about Fusion. But you've been busy coding some detonator upgrades, and then maybe just give a little bit of info on where we're at. I know you had an awesome meeting today, without giving too much alpha away, because we are still kind of finalizing things. But yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, like you said, I'm not really sure what I should or shouldn't say. We're trying to keep it all under wraps for now until things are finalized.
For sure.
But regarding the detonator changes.
Yep. So people know. Yeah.
I can go into a little more
absolutely.
detail.
Yep. They know that we're kind of migrating to more to be able to incentivize compounding more than claiming. And I know, we've been on testnet for about a week now. There was one little bug that it sounds like you figured that out. And yeah, just the overall goal of trying to make detonator more sustainable, for sure.
Yeah, so I can roll with that. basically pretty much what AJ said. We're incentivizing compounding with these changes. It's going to be somewhat of a heavy hit for some of the community because it's going to change up the way that users interact with the contract daily. And yeah, the progress is we've been in testnet for about a week, just as AJ said. And we're looking to finish up testing over the next few days. The issue we had was kind of a showstopper because it was hard to reproduce, but we're pretty convinced, like 99% convinced we worked through it. We're just trying to get that final 1% and then move on to creating the migration script so that we can migrate ideally all Detonator as a service contracts all at once. So it's seamless, just like how our migrations typically go or tend to go. And yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Go from there. That's pretty much all of it on Detonator.
Yep, no doubt. So again, this is an update that will be applied to all the DOS contracts, both the original and all the reproductions. So, and again, like Jake said, it may be a little bit of heavy hit to those that have been claiming nonstop. But the whole idea is, again, we've been listening to the feedback from everybody. What we need to do with Detonator and other DOSes is really stop, people from bleeding their contract. And really, that will allow all of you to ROI even faster. So by implementing these changes, and again, we'll have a full white paper on this shortly. We just want to make sure the code is flawless. Before we even set a date on that migration. But all this will be ready. And again, the idea is that we kind of stop the bad actors from claiming every day, even those that maybe, have compounded, but now they're not even making enough because the pool balance has gone down to get a daily ticket. Well, this is all in plans of helping alleviate that. So we can kind of slow the drain and then we see daily burst going back up again. That will help everybody and again make it actually faster to ROI, even though you're not able to claim as heavily. So as long as you've been following the strategy that we've set out from day one of that 6-1 or 5-2, you're not really going to be affected all that much. But those that are claiming literally every day are going to have to reevaluate what they're doing. So this is really bullish for the sustainability of Detonator style contracts, and also allows us to hopefully find a floor where we can start building that pool balance back up. Not only through new volume, but also from hopefully some of our revenue streams kicking in. And I think that all of you that have been dedicated and really trying to compound the whole time are going to really have a major benefit from it. So yeah, and Jake, as always, I mean, there's nothing that they need to do on their end, right? All the migration happens behind the scenes, but there might be about a day of rewards that may have to roll over, right? Or how's that going to work? You want to run through that real fast?
No, it should be seamless. The only
Perfect.
question that isn't fully fleshed out right now, but it should be, it will be no issue logic-wise or contract-wise, is the historical analytical data for like the chart that may get botched up a little bit. I still need to sort out on how best to migrate that, as it's a ton of data in a separate database. So
all right,
we'll
perfect.
see on that, but yeah, everything is going to be flawless as usual.
All right, killer, man. So yeah, nobody's missing out on potential rewards. It's all going to happen within a few hours, and it all happens behind the scenes. So, and we've already done this once, actually twice, and without any issues. So, all right, awesome. And then the other thing is, and I think Shane, are you here, brother? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you right, mate.
Awesome, brother.
How's it going?
Good, man. Happy to have you. I know you've been in the chat for a while now, so I know I've introduced you a few times. But yeah, Shane is the head of an independent team that has been working with Jake. We have now have them on retainer, so we've like quadrupled our dev team over the last month and a half. But yeah, I don't know if you and Jake maybe just want to go over really fast on Fusion. I mean, we really haven't released any details other than, we're trying to, take the human error out of it, and really start to, migrate our emissions to protocol-owned emissions. But really, the whole point of bringing you guys on was that, we want people to know that we're actually building. We're not just saying that we're building. And you guys have been making some major headway as well, right? I think, again, I don't want to give too much away, but I think one of the major contracts is done, and we're on to front end work now, right? Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of simultaneously working really to try and streamline the process a bit, make things a bit more easier to well, it's more for time really.
Sure.
But yeah, we've got the front end coming soon. We'll have some previews of that. I don't know whether you can share that before it's actually realized. But
yeah, there you go. I love that. That would be killer.
There'll be a few iterations of that, I would imagine. Probably some edits, probably some additions, etc. But yeah, once that's finalized, like I say, the contract's already going through testing at the moment. And yeah, timescale wise, all depends on how things go for the test as usual. But yeah, I don't see any major problems. I mean, like I say, I think we've been working with you guys for a long time now, right? So it's not like it's a new relationship or anything. So there's none, there's none of these blockers in the way. It's not trying to work each other out. We both know.
Yeah.
We both know how we work together, which is usually pretty well.
Absolutely, Shane. No doubt, bro. And again, a little background. Go ahead, Jake. Yeah, I think you were going to say what I was going to say. We've been working with them since Power Up, and even before then, some of the UI work as well on the first.
Well,
UI
the entire
go ahead.
Right, the entire revamp and not the design, but the front end development itself was done by them pretty much entirely. So that's when we first connected and really enjoyed working with them. So now we've kicked them in the butt and got them in working with us full time on Fusion.
Totally.
We just absolutely love working with them.
And I mean, it's pretty ambitious, I mean, over the last, because we've been in crypto since sort of day dot, really. I mean, I can remember, Bitcoin back in the day when it was just kind of a nerdy neckbeard type of currency or whatever. Nobody thought it was going anywhere, but here we are. So yeah, I mean, and the kind of scope of what we're trying to put out is actually quite large. So obviously, we're going to need some time to implement that. But I think the end results are going to speak for themselves once we do get it out. And it is something that's not really available in the current market. It's really quite innovative in terms of the gamification side of it.
For sure.
So yeah, but obviously more details of that will come as we go along, because we're not like we've got kind of 3 ideas for every one idea, and once those have been finalized, obviously we can go through them a bit more once they're there.
Totally.
But yeah, but yeah, for the time being, things are going well. And yeah, timescale wise, we'll have to probably have another AMA later on down the line once we're a bit closer to it. But yeah, all good so far.
100%. Well, and that was a perfect segue into my next point. I mean, it is. I've said it on many AMAs, and this is something different. Like, this isn't another idea of a fork that we've seen somebody else do that we're trying to implement. Like, we're literally building this concept from the ground up. Another community member and consultant, Cody, you may see him around. He spent, God, I can't even tell you how many hours he spent trying to really deep dive on this. He used to work for eBay. Again, I mean, it's super pedigree, huge pedigree on game theory and incentivizing, contracts, people who are into contracts, and all of that is built into Fusion. So this is like Shane just said, it is a heavy lift. I mean, we're building this from the ground up. It is something that is kind of and again, I use the word lightly, but revolutionary. I mean, it really is. So and that's another reason why we have to be not only a little vague, but timelines maybe pushed out a little, because we have to get it right. So, and it is something that once we go to market, I absolutely think not only seigniorage protocols, but even just DeFi projects will adopt a lot of what we're putting out. So, you know, again, I don't want it to sound like, and that's the whole point of having these guys on, you know, that we're sitting on our hands. It's the exact opposite. We're building our asses off, but we have to be really careful.
And it's hard.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
It's hard because you want to just you know, say everything as it is, because they're all, you know,
Sure.
it's going to be great when it actually comes together. But yeah, for now, I suppose, yeah, I have to keep a bit tight-lipped as much as I want to say stuff. Yeah.
I love it, man. Totally. So yeah, I mean, that really was it. I just want to make sure you guys actually heard from, you know, the horse's mouth, so to speak. Again, I mean, you know, we are, and that was one last point I want to make is, you know, a lot of people are asking for some short-term fixes. I know we had talked about possibly migrating nodes with EMP, but all that stuff takes development time away from Fusion. So I think moving forward, we're really just going to try to batten down the hashes, and unless it's something that could potentially be protocol breaking, we're putting all of our effort into Fusion, because the sooner Fusion is out, the sooner we're able to give out to PEG, and have a whole new system of sustainability in place, where again, from day one, we said, you know, EMP is going to be the #1 protocol in terms of passive income with exposure to ETH. And now we have exposure to BNB, and we may even have exposure to other blue chips within Fusion. So again, a lot's coming. I appreciate everybody's patience. And yeah, I mean, we're excited for the future. So anything else you want to add, Jake or Shane?
No, I think that's about it for now. Once we've a bit more progressed, obviously we can maybe share some previews or maybe some teasers or whatever. But for now, that seems fine.
I love it. Yep, no doubt. We can definitely put up a testnet preview. Again, I know one of the major contracts is pretty much done. Now you guys are just building out the UI and again the front end. So and then yeah, I mean and again, just to be clear, you know, Fusion is also like Shane said, a large undertaking, and we will have sort of an MVP or minimal viable product out, but we're always going to be adding to Fusion. So again, it's not something that, you know, we have to wait an entire year or something crazy to get it 100% finished. But we do want to have it, you know, built enough that that we are first to market, and obviously, you know, there's a lot of testing involved. There's a ton of moving parts. So, but again, once all of you see this, I think you're gonna go, wow, this is pretty amazing. So, all right, awesome. Jake, anything else, brother, from you?
Nope, you guys pretty much covered it. Yeah, I mean, Fusion is exciting. It's gonna flip everything on its head in a good way. That's how I would sum it up.
I love it.
In layman's terms.
Yeah, man. There you go. If that doesn't get you hyped, I don't know what will. So, all right, brother. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. We're gonna move on to our next guest. But yeah, we'll have you back soon. And I had to crack the whip. You guys gotta get back to the dungeon and code. So, so all right, guys. We'll talk soon. All right, here we go.
Take care.
Yeah, I was like, you brother. Speaking of Jake, we have another Jake. Again, funny enough, same first names. But Jake from DeXFinance. Jake, are you there, brother? Can you hear me?
I gotcha. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome, brother. Welcome back, man. We had you on about a few weeks ago with the Dex Vaults, and they've been going really well. But we had some major alpha drop about 2 days ago, and that alpha is that DeXFinance and EMP, we are now going to be launching a new project together on L1X. So I know I mentioned L1X before. L1X is a new layer 1 blockchain that really has some innovative tech in terms of interoperability, meaning I know everybody's like, what does interoperability mean? That means basically you're able to transact on any EVM chain and even Solana, which is Rust-based in terms of code. You're able to interact with all those protocols and chains from one central platform. So L1X will be sort of the hub that not only gives us access to those other protocols and chains, but also the capital efficiency of those chains as well. Meaning, you can access their liquidity without having to use a bridge. So it's really innovative stuff. Again, they're busy building the chain, but now we're going to be building on top of the chain. So I guess, Jake, maybe just go over a little bit of what we already have established. I know some things we got to keep under the wraps, but maybe just explain. You were going to build a DEX on anyway, and so this opportunity to potentially build a DEX as well as integrate the vaults and even our detonator as a service and now be cross-chain is pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We for sure an amazing opportunity. Everyone on our side is really excited about it. I guess just to fill, I think one of the biggest questions everyone's having is, well, a lot of people have questions in general because just about L1X as a whole, because
Totally.
this stuff doesn't exist yet, right? So I guess first I just wanted to preface by saying, this is kind of an intro discussion. We just want to make sure everyone in our communities knows kind of where we're going in our direction. We don't have all the answers yet. We're still a lot of planning to do, right? And of course we'll have the team on from L1X to go over, the real, fine tooth comb technical stuff, right? But
Totally.
as a whole,
yep. Oh, sorry to interrupt, Jake, but yeah, we will have Matu and eventually Kevin, who is the founder of L1X. We'll have them on an AMA with us in the next few weeks, and that's really where we'll learn a lot more about L1X as a whole. But yeah, go ahead, Jake, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, briefly, I'll just kind of explain how this even came about. Of course, not financial advice, but I actually reached out to AJ a few weeks ago asking about the presale because I wanted to invest personally. I came across this and just thought it was some really, really interesting tech, and also fits along really well with some of our ethos and some of the stuff we're building. And this, the opportunity just kind of fell in our lap. But I guess to go into some specifics about that. Some of the stuff you mentioned, the interoperability and the ability to, cross-chain swaps and cross-chain vaults without having a bridge is really something pretty neat. When we launched the vaults, it was always our intention to go cross-chain. We've already started working on some bridges and stuff in the meantime, which will allow for like cross-chain migrations for different vaults. But this is like a whole new level entirety, right? So like our existing products will definitely bring over there the vaults, for example. Not only are we able to just to bridge between chains or in like that migration process, but this will actually allow us to have actual cross-chain vaults, right? So you could have a farm on Phantom, a farm on Smart Chain, farm on AVAX, all in the same vault, and the transaction fees and time to do that is all going to be very quick. So just that the prospect of that was very cool in general.
Totally.
Further that, like you mentioned, my community is pretty aware that we've been working on we're calling DEX swap for a while now, as part of we're calling it the Great Migration. We got one more migration. Our missions are ending pretty soon here, and we're gonna migrate all of our LPs over to our own exchange. And the whole ethos behind that, the whole thought process was to create a cross-chain swap that was really oriented towards the user, right? We felt a real need in the space, especially after the whole FTX collapse, that users just don't have a real good place to manage their accounts and onboard onboard funds and keep track of their history. And the one thing that FTX did really well was like their UI UX was actually phenomenal. Traders like myself gravitated towards that because the interfaces were drag and drop, and you could customize each part that you wanted to, and drag and drop your stop limits and your stop orders and your limit orders, right? So all that kind of stuff was stuff that we were building anyway. The cross-chain stuff, we were actually going to fake it, for better lack of a better term, with some different bridging software products out there. But so when this opportunity came up and we kind of heard about the tech, we thought this might be just a fabulous real solution to fix some of those problems. So we're super excited to bring what we already kind of have in the works and team up with you guys to create something real special and unique for L1X.
Yes, I love it, Jake. And again, man, we have a long relationship. I mean, we've been in touch over the last year anyway, in terms of our own seniors protocols. And you guys really flipped the model on its head in terms of protocol-owned emissions. We're definitely borrowing some of those ideas. I know they say copying is the sincerest form of flattery. But so with Fusion in our own EMP ecosystem. And again, just to be clear, we're not abandoning EMP. Jake is not abandoning DeXFi. I mean, this is a separate sister project where we're coming together. Again, our skills, our community, our management. Jake and his team. I mean, you think we have a robust team? You guys have like 15 devs, right, Jake? I mean, it's insane, bro. Yeah. So.
We just brought on 3 more. It's 15 now, but yeah.
I love it, man. So we're teaming up again, like Captain Planet, our forces combined, right? To really do something special. And like Jake said, I mean, we have a relationship with L1X. We put the pieces together, but really the whole idea is to build a project that is a one-stop shop. I mean, having these vaults, having a DEX, having the detonators as a service, having all that tech and all that proprietary software on one platform that is also now going to be cross-chain capable or interoperable. I think it's just so bullish. So part of that, again, you're going to need L1X tokens to transact in what we ended up building. So we're doing a private raise. It is the private raise, but there's a lot of questions on, if you're already involved in the raise, what does that look like? So I'm going to start from the top, unless, Jake, was there anything else you want to mention in terms of the backgrounds or how we got to this point before I get into the raise?
No, I think the background's covered. That's definitely, I think there's definitely some, we want to address everyone's questions about the raise specifically. I know a lot of people are here for that.
For sure.
And of course, we're happy to field questions. And, like I said, we're going to have, at least another half dozen of these over the next week or two. So if it doesn't get answered now, feel free to pop into other ones, but, we'll keep you updated as we go.
All right, perfect, bro. So yeah, let me. I'll start from the top. We gave our community EMP the opportunity for the private round through L1X, and a lot of you already signed up for the whitelist. But going through L1X directly, you also needed to KYC as well. And I know a lot of you were a little hesitant on that. Again, just this being crypto, maybe you didn't want to do that. So if you've already whitelisted and gone through the KYC, you're more than welcome to contribute through L1X directly. However, we have been given a soft cap allocation of 2.5 million all the way to 5 million from the L1X team. So we're essentially running this raise congruently with their own whitelist and pre-sale, but going through us allows many benefits because we have a trust account That's our corporate structure with EMP, and so we're running the raise through that trust. So those of you contributing through our presale, and I say our, meaning DeXFi and EMP, and really anybody that's lucky enough to hear this info early. Anybody is able to contribute through our presale. So you don't have to be whitelisted. You do not have to KYC. Again, we run it through our trust. So that is compliance. With L1X, we take the KYC on as our own entity, and then we distribute the L1X tokens as soon as we get them from L1X over a 15-month period. So whatever you contribute, we'll be buying L1X at a 10-cent price. The next round, I believe, is a 50-cent price, and then launch price may even be higher than that. But by getting in now, you get it at 10 cents, and then we will distribute your L1X to whatever wallet address you have contributed with 1/15th. So again, whatever your total amount deposited, divide that by 15, and you will get that once per month for the next 15 months. That's what vested means, and that is really good because it makes it to where we don't get a large dump of tokens once things go live. So yeah, Jay, do you want to maybe?
Jay, sorry,
yep,
can you just clarify when that 15 months starts?
Yes, so as of right now, and again, this will be, we'll be reliant on the L1X team, but right now they are looking to launch in August. So not a year or 2 years like Pulse Chain. This should be live again within a few months. So you do have to lock up, the funds, but yeah, they're shooting for August of this year. So Jay, do you want to go over the actual website real fast? I'm going to pull it up right now, and we're able to accept funds on both ETH and BSC, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I got a couple points I'd maybe just follow up with.
For sure.
Again to reiterate, the vesting period. We want to be completely transparent with you guys. This is it's not your typical fanboy moon coin. This is a legitimate project that requires a vesting schedule over a decent amount of time. So just be prepared for that. As AJ said, it is monthly vested, right? So you do get 1/15th over 15 months. However, it's come up in our rooms a couple of times. At the discount you're getting, right? So that first 1/15th actually equals 33% of your total investment amount because of the price difference, right? So your first 1/15th will actually be, if you sold it right at launch, you'd already be a third of the way to break even. Assuming the price stayed flat.
Totally.
I think also worth noting too. There's been some questions about if I'm being vested, how will I get dumped on, or people are worried about that. Again, not financial advice, but I from the current tokenomics, that doesn't seem to be very feasible. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, AJ, but it was something like 5 to 7% or something like that of the total supply will be available.
Yeah, I think
on day one.
Even less.
Only,
yeah.
Right?
I think it was a total about 50 million. And those are a lot of those are tokens that are just available for marketing, and in other words, they're or liquidity providing. They're not like tokens that are just going to be given to early investors. I think literally every investor has to be vested. So they're not, again, like to Jake's point, there's not early insiders dumping on all of our heads. And really, with a layer one or any, again, we can give some examples, Canto, ETH, more recently Canto, ETH, BSC. I remember buying BNB before they had their chain announcement at like $8, and now it's what 315. So yeah, layer
jelly.
one, yeah, no, bro. So again, when you're talking about actual blockchains, it's a whole nother animal than, like Jay said, your typical meme token, or you're a fanboy trying to flip. I mean, this is like getting a unicorn of an opportunity to get into a layer one blockchain. Again, layer 1X, great name. It is a layer one. Getting in on their ground floor. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure that everyone's aware that, we're not trying to, trick anybody. It's a good investment, or well, I probably shouldn't, but I'm personally investing, and I think it's a good deal. But
Totally.
there's some time. I think one other point too. We can't say for sure. So don't hold us to this, but we have been discussing potentially having these tokens, or having an option for your vested tokens to be pre-staked in our liquidity pools. Again, that's not finalized at all, but that could be an option as well. So
Totally.
there's a good chance you might be able to earn on those tokens while you're waiting.
Yep, nope, great point.
That
That's
was
a great last point, Jay. And yeah, I mean, we can take some time here to answer some questions. I do have the website up. Again,
yeah.
L1XPresale.com. Just so all of you can see on YouTube. Again, like we talked about, you're getting it at the 10-cent price. The next round, there will be another round of capital raise at 0.5 or 50 cents. And then again, I think at the bare minimum, that will be the launch price, but it may even be higher than that. Then linearly vested over 15 months. Again, that starts when the chain goes live. So again, it might be another 3 or 4 months. They're shooting for August to go live, and then that's when the 15-month vesting period starts. We have a guaranteed allocation, a soft cap of 25 million, or 25 million tokens, $2.5 million, and a hard cap of 50 million tokens, or $5 million. So again, if you're worried about missing out through the L1X whitelist, we have already been allocated these tokens. So if you go through us, until that hard cap is met, you are guaranteed those tokens. So the minimum contribution is $100 per wallet. The maximum contribution is 50,000 per wallet, and we do have the ability to take a little bit more than that per wallet, but you have to get in touch with us directly. Again, we just want to make sure nobody's able to game the system and get a larger allocation than they should be. So yeah, and then again, it's on BNB and ETH. So again, you would go up to the top here, connect your wallet, and then you can choose either the BNB chain or ETH network, and then we are accepting USDC and USDT. So you'll have to approve the contract if you're new, and then type in the amount and hit deposit. So all right, that is the high level overview. LA, what have we been getting as far as questions? I'm happy to go over more. If any of you have questions we have not discussed, please feel free. I know that the time frame as of right now, this raise will only be open until about March 14th. So we only have about 2 weeks to go through this. So don't delay for sure.
So one question that we got that I think Jake can go through is how to check on what you purchased afterwards, because obviously the contract address hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. So there's actually a couple things. Actually, AJ, do you mind pulling that screen back up again?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yep, no problem.
So
sorry,
right where the wall connect button is. Yeah, no worries. Well, you guys can all follow along too.
Yep, perfect. Okay.
There's, I guess, a couple things. One, there's a little bit of a time crunch. Like I said, we're kind of sliding in there, to fit their schedule as well. But once you're connected and you deposit, if you click the My Wallet button there and where the connect button was, you'll actually see your deposit history. So you can make sure that we got it, I guess.
Perfect.
It'll show up right there.
Yep. So just to clarify, I'm on the homepage right now. You'll connect. again, you may not be able to see on my screen, but there's a button in the top right that says My Wallet. Once you're connected, you'll click that, and then this will pop up. So it'll have the date that you contributed, the amount that you contributed, and on what chain it was on. So as long as it's showing up here, you should be good to go. If for whatever reason you're having a problem, we're available in all of our socials to help. But yeah, go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. You raised a good point too, LA. We are happy to. I'll get the actual contracts. I'll get some linked contracts up there on the site there, so you can check out the on-chain data as well. But again, like AJ said, if it's in your wallet, in the My Wallet section, it'll be there. Quickly too, also, I just saw a question come in as well. Right now, it's ETH or BSC, USDT or USDC. We will add a couple more chains in there. Seemed like the primary options were BSC and ETH, given our two projects, but we'll have some other answers for you, or other chains for you in the next couple days for sure. I can start answering some more of these questions.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Sorry, I was muted. Again, multitasking here. Yeah, all right, go ahead. Yeah, was there more that you can see, or LA? Feel free to chime in, but yeah.
Just to reiterate, what would you say about L1X is just so unique, like, and blows the competition that have tried to do similar things out of the water?
Yeah, so I can start, and then Jake, if you want to follow up. But yeah, and to Jake's point earlier, I mean, we're both personally invested. We do have an allocation from the EMP Treasury into L1X. I mean, we've really gone all in. Not in terms of our treasury, but in terms of support on this project. Again, Machu, who a lot of you know, is the business development lead. We've been doing a lot of due diligence with them over the last, literally 6 months. Because we always wanted to build on layer 1X. We just didn't know in what capacity. And now we've again partnered up with DeXFi and Jake, and we're building something spectacular. So that being said, the one big thing in my mind that makes us so powerful is, again, being able to operate on multiple chains without ever having to change your RPC. So typically, when you switch from BNB network to Ethereum, you have to change your RPC on MetaMask, and do it that way. Well, with this, it'll be just literally one login. You probably still will be able to use MetaMask, but I know Layer 1X is developing their own wallet, which is also bullish. That way, you could potentially have one wallet and interact with any chain that you want to. So again, and they plan on adding more chains as we go. But as of right now, it's all EVM compatible chains as well as Solana. So all the big dogs will be available. And again, I mean, I'm not part of the team. I know enough to read code, and I have spoken to Kevin, the founder, on multiple occasions. But the other really bullish thing, which again, we'll have him on here to clarify, but from my understanding, we're also able to use the L1X token to actually submit transactions. So instead of paying a $5 Ethereum gas fee, you're able to essentially wrap your transaction and only pay a 1 cent L1X fee to still have that data talk to each other. So if that actually can happen, which again, you can build amazing code, but until it's in the wild, it's hard to really say. But if that can happen, this will be a complete market disruptor. I mean, it will take all the market share because not only is it interacting with contracts and chains that are already built, but it's doing it for 1 cent transaction fees. So again, there's so much potential, and it's not financial advice. Again, never invest more than you can afford to lose. I want everybody to be perfectly aware of that. You know, we're not trying to sell you here. This is simply an opportunity that could be truly amazing. So yeah, you want to add to that, Jake, at all?
Yeah, I mean, you touched on some of the key points for sure. I think it's a couple things. So one is like I think I might have broached on this earlier, but some of the real smart guys in our chat are still kind of wrapping their head around it. Like the concept is so unique and novel that it's really hard to almost even fathom the implications. I can tell you that we have been on the testnet. I've shared some screenshots in our Discord. It works. There's we're trading ETH to Matic or AVAX to BNB, right, in a single transaction. And I think one of the biggest selling points is this ability to cut the bridges out, right? Bridges are by far the largest attack vector in all of crypto, right? Like every time you hear of a hack for $200 million, it's because someone messed up a bridge, right? Someone got flash loaned during this bridge process, because the way bridges work is they have to like you're depositing and like essentially burning a receipt token on one end, and then you're getting it on the other end. So there's this big gap in the middle where bad things can happen, right? Whereas Layer 1X has come up with a way to make it all happen in the same stream. So you're not having to even worry about that that attack vector. So I think that's just immensely huge. And also just because of that, and some of the things you mentioned, all of this gives opportunity, like this immense, like if this, if this all comes together the way we want it to, like all the bridge companies are gone now, right? Like even like multi-sig safes and stuff, right? You don't need to have a multi-sig safe on every different network. You can have one multi-sig for all the networks, right? So like this immense spectrum of opportunities arises, which is one of the reasons why I'm super bullish on it as a developer, and running projects and building infrastructure on it, because we want to be the first ones there, which we're clearly poised to be. So I think that's why I'm super bullish on it. And I'm in the chat here, I'm seeing a couple of people. This guy Dave is saying it's very similar to Kanto. Like it's not at all. Kanto is specifically like an EMV sidechain of Cosmos. I mean, we just launched Kanto on the vaults, and I'm actually super bullish on Kanto too. But this is completely different than pretty much anything you've ever seen. So.
Yep, no doubt. I know there was a comparison to Thorchain or even Polkadot, with like you said, the different side chains. But this is totally new tech. And again, you can see on their website, we linked to the website here, the white paper, you can find it there. It's a very in-depth white paper, and then the investor deck as well. So those two links you can go to. But yeah, I mean, again, even if they are able to deliver on half of what they are claiming, this could be just absolutely amazing. So, and again, one final point in terms of why we're also bullish is, the access to the capital synergy, meaning now not only are you able to transact in different chains, but now you have the capital efficiency of getting liquidity pairs from all those chains without having to use a bridge. So again, and not getting into too much detail, but pretty much any project can be compatible with Layer 1X, simply, altering like one or two lines of code on their smart contracts. So by doing that, now you have a ton of other chains interacting with you, and those investors are there. I mean, we all know ETH, and just to give you an example, like ETH is the big dog. Like a lot of TVL is on ETH. BNB Chain is rising the ranks, but it's still almost I don't know the exact numbers, but I'd say at least a 10x multiple in terms of TVL on ETH and TVL on BNB. So imagine if you didn't have to worry about that, where you have access to basically all the TVL and crypto on one layer. I mean, again, when you think about it like that, the FOMO definitely kicks in. Will they be able to deliver on that? I think so. Like Jake said, that the testnet is live and working. I don't have any reason to think they can't. I'm sure it'll be a bumpy road in the beginning. All major projects are, but the vision and the skill is definitely there. So again, hopefully that helps clear things up. But yeah, go ahead, Jake or LA.
Well, yeah. Well, luckily they have some bright minds like you and I to help them with the
Exactly,
infrastructure and
bro.
marketing. So
That's it. No doubt. Yes, we are, bro. We're gonna be super involved. And again, there's some other, really bullish info we can't really share yet. But I think, once we're able to, you'll see again why we're so excited for this opportunity for our community. So, again, you'll need L1X to transact. It is the gas token and it will be, the primary token in our new project together. So that's why we're doing the raise on behalf of L1X. Yeah.
So I know there's obviously not a ton that we could say about the details of the future because there's a lot still that we're in talks about and stuff. But there's some questions about how this may potentially support the EMP and DEX protocols and what the benefit to the emperors who use this link are and stuff. Is there anything that you can think of to share at this moment that you're able to?
Yeah, so, and again, Jake, feel free to chime in at the end, but absolutely, I mean, we're not abandoning anything. We're still fully committed to EMP and Jake to DeXFinance, and so the idea is that by building this on layer 1x, not only do we have a potential, 5x on launch in terms of just the pre-sale alone and using L1X as an investment vehicle, but by building on top of L1X, and again, it will be a DEX. Again, I mean, we're even clear about that. It'll have a lot more to it than that, incorporating the vaults as well as the detonator as a service contracts. I mean, we want to be a one-stop shop, and there are some other things we'll be building on top that again we can't really go into. But the idea is that yes, it will be a rev share. Of some of the fees that we're able to produce. I mean, we don't have the exact breakdown of that yet. We'll have a whole white paper and economic breakdown of that when we're ready, one thing at a time. But, definitely a percentage of what we're able to produce will go to feed DEX Finance and EMP to further help our ecosystems individually. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, Jake, but yeah.
yeah, I'll jump in quick. I mean, I think like you said, we're both kind of moving towards a real yield model. So
Exactly.
our emissions end in May. You guys kind of just finished up, and you're moving towards that with Fusion. So basically everything we built from here on out, all the revenue directly goes back to support incentives and liquidity and all that stuff that helps the protocols. Also, a couple of things about the raise specifically. I noticed one question about again, what are the differences? We may have touched upon it, but I guess one of the primary advantages is that there's no KYC in our part of the raise, which you will have to complete in order to deposit the other way through the main links. I know that's a big thing for a lot of you guys. But in general, you're also just supporting us. We're not. This money does go directly to them, so we're not directly taking a cut. But just by going through us, as supporters of our communities, you are subsequently supporting us in this effort. Optically, it's a good look for us to bringing in capital for the ecosystem, and two, like I mentioned, I'm really going to fight to try to get pre-staking on our tokens. Anyone that invests through us,
For sure.
because we will have because we will have a DEX and we will have all these things. You know, it behooves everyone to do that. So, and like I said, they were open to it already in our initial discussions. Can't guarantee it yet, but I think that's definitely something we're going to fight for, and come up with a way to allow you guys to pre-stake and earn on that.
Yep, no doubt. And just to clarify, pre-staking means that when we start distributing L1X tokens, they'll already be staked in the LP of the DEX, which actually produces yield on your L1X. So again, the idea is that from everything that we sell along, and I know Jake has built his ecosystem, you make more money living off the yield of these tokens than actually selling them. So we are all about that, and again, as Jay said, the real yield model, meaning we're able to support our ecosystems without needing the volume, meaning typically every crypto project has to have new users to succeed. But if you have a real yield model where you're generating fees, or again, we do it through our treasury as well, having again, yield producing investments, that is money that can go into the ecosystem and support it, fresh capital, again, without ever having to worry about one new user. And those are the protocols that are going to sustain and live on forever, because it's purely based on the rev share. So yeah, absolutely.
So I just want to take a quick sec and walk you through how to purchase, just because there's still some questions in our Telegram.
Okay.
So
yep. Perfect. I'll pull up the website again too. Yep.
Yep. So you're going to go to the link l1xpresale.com, and you are going to connect your wallet in the top right, and you're going to make sure your wallet is either on BNB Chain or ETH mainnet. And you will need either USDC or USDT in order to deposit. Then you're going to go to the approve button, and you're going to hit approve on whichever token you intend to deposit with. When the MetaMask button window pops up, you're going to approve that on that window, and then the approve button should change to a deposit button. Then you're going to enter the amount in USDC or USDT that you plan to deposit. Click that deposit button. Another MetaMask window will pop up, and you'll have to approve that transaction, and then you're good to go. And that's it. And then if you want to check in on just to make sure your transaction went through and everything, you can visit the My Wallet button in the top right corner, and it will show the date, the amount, and the chain that you purchased on. And that's it.
Perfect.
You'll also notice here underneath the two quick things. You'll notice like his deposit button is grayed out here. You actually have to have those tokens. So if you're depositing USDC, just make sure you actually have USDC already in your wallet.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it'll be grayed out.
Good point, Jay. This is a test wallet, so yeah, I don't have any. When I do my live streams, I don't have any funds on the wallet. So
sure.
Yeah, you need to have it in the actual wallet. It'll recognize. Yep.
And you also see those dashes underneath the balance where you put how much you wanted to spend. Once you do actually put that in, that'll tell you exactly how much L1X you're going to receive for that dollar value.
Perfect. Yep, we do the math for you, and then the tooltip right here, again, right there, it explains the vesting schedule. So yeah, awesome. And yeah, I know there was a little bugginess on the first 10 minutes of launch, but everything should be good to go now in terms of this page. And we've already done 143,000 bucks. So again, pretty killer. I think that people will kind of see the potential here, and to that point, I'm on the, what do we say, LA? The AMA train is gassing up. I mean, we have a ton of AMAs this week. Jake will be joining me on some of the bigger ones. So yeah, man, we have LA already 9 over the next week or so, and I haven't even started going to my contacts yet. So yeah, it's gonna be
Yep,
awesome.
we have
Fill up the
9.
tank.
Yeah, we have 9 booked already, and at least like 3 to 5 more about to get added. So next week, or starting on Saturday, we're gonna have a really fun week ahead. It's gonna be awesome,
Totally.
especially to get you two together for some of them, and we're gonna be getting together with some of our favorite people on these AMAs. It's gonna be awesome.
Yep, 100%. And again, we we'll also be able to promote EMP and DEX finance indirectly on those AMAs. So we're always putting in the work for our communities for sure. So all right, awesome. Was there anything else? I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but it's really important that everybody is comfortable and aware of what's happening. And yeah, was there anything else, Billy or Jake? Go ahead.
Actually, real quick, John B actually just asked about those who maybe sent funds to the L1X contract. This was not completely foreseen, but maybe we should just. So I guess we don't really know exactly how this is going to play out, but you will, if you did deposit through L1X, you will have to KYC. There's potentially an option to move the funds over to our raise, so you don't have to do that. So we'll give you some guidance on that coming up, but feel free to reach out to them and mention that you'd like to be in our raise without the KYC.
Totally. Yep, great point. I meant to bring that up earlier. Thank you for reminding me, John B. and Jake. Yeah, we again they launched their raise early. They're on Australian time. We're on North American time, so it was all over the place. But they were having some issues because they had so much traffic. They had about 1,000 visits in the first minute and a half. So they were having some issues on their end, and so they had said just to deposit directly to their contract. But if you did that, you are still going to have to KYC. So again, I would reach out to them on Discord. They can either credit it back to you, maybe refund, or manually transfer, their credit to us if you don't want to KYC. But yeah, so there was a little confusion on that this morning, and we're in touch with them. We'll give everybody an update on what that will look like after the fact. But yeah, no, you're not missing out either way. Don't feel like you got a different price or there was a problem. I mean, it's the same pre-sale, just one is through us, one is through them directly, and one requires the whitelist and the KYC, and ours does not require either of those. But once we hit the 5 million hard cap, that's it. So you will have to KYC and go through them directly at that point. So
and make sure that you're in the Discord in the tab for EMP Dex, and you can ask questions there, and their team will see them.
Yeah, no doubt. Another great point. I know we see a lot of familiar faces over there. I know Bull jumped on. He's here. He's been really helpful in their chat. He's one of the community managers.
Hello.
There he is. What's up, Bull? How are you, brother?
Hi, everybody. Yeah. I'm really tired actually, but
yeah, you've been busy, bro.
I've been trying for everybody. But yeah, just follow the captain of the ship here. He's never led us astray, and so that's the best advice I can give to everybody, because he's sailed us through the bear market. I think everything is on the upswing here for everybody. Not financial advice, but we've been through a lot, and I don't want to say it's going to be smooth sailing because it's still crypto. It's still we don't know what's going to happen, but we know we're on a good ship here.
Totally, brother. Yep, no doubt. So and to reiterate that, definitely go over to Discord. You can join. The link is everywhere. We'll put that on the pre-sale page as well. But and then there's a channel within the L1X Discord for EMP and DEXFinance, so you can ask specific questions in there as well. But yeah, Bull's been building that community already, and yeah, I mean, there's over, I think, almost 1,000 people on the L1X Discord, and it's only been, you know, a week or two, so everything is coming together. But all right, cool. Anything else, Jake, on your side, or LA? Again, I want to be very thorough here.
Yeah, for Jake, there's a question. What chains might be coming out for payment in the next few days?
Good question. I actually just dropped that in the chat, but we will also be adding Polygon and Avalanche.
Awesome.
Yep, and that too. I know somebody said, "What about Bitcoin?" Well, that's a stipulation from the L1X side. So, you know, they only want to be taking stables. So those are the chains that we'll be supporting. So, yeah, it'll only be USDT or USDC on those chains. Cool. All right, I think we're really thorough. Any other loose ends? Final call. And again, we'll be doing these for the next, you know, at least 2 weeks, even further once we start building. But the raise will happen up until March 14th, or until, you know, the hard cap is met. So once 5 million is gone, that's it. And I know that sounds like a big number, but you know, an actual layer 1 blockchain, you know, we've seen individuals contribute that much money. So, and I know a lot of you too from EMP. If you did already contribute early, I know we've been promoting this for a while now. The DEX community is more recently hearing of this, but if you're one of our VIPs and you submitted early and use the EMP referral code, then we still get credit. So again, don't feel like you weren't able to help us meet our goals. As long as you either contribute through the presale now or used our EMP affiliate code, then you're good to go. So, and even if you didn't, you still get all the tokens. We just don't get credit. So yeah.
Yeah. And moving forward, just try to use the link, and we're going to continue to blast it everywhere.
Yep, absolutely. And feel free to share. I mean, you guys can be a great advocate for us as well. You know, knowing that these are two of the best teams in DeFi, you know, coming together to build a DEX on L1X with much more capabilities than any DEX has ever seen. And, you know, you get a front row seat to all that. So feel free to share. And again, always do your own research. You know, none of this is a call to invest. It's simply presenting an opportunity for all of you. And we are compliant with the KYC. We just run the KYC through our trust that we have set up for EMP. And again, there's all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So, all right, I think we can move on. We have a few more updates. Jake, always happy to have you, brother. Thank you again, and we'll be on a few more of these together, as well as all of our AMAs over the next few days for sure. So,
of course, thanks for having us, and all you Phantom fans, get ready for the DEX Vaults Phantom launch tomorrow.
There you go. I love it. There's some more alpha, or I know you've been promoting
Sneak it in.
Yeah, no, bro,
Yeah,
absolutely, bro. Any other drops? I know you did say Kanto. Is that live? That's already live, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Kanto's live. We're doing great over there. We'll be launching Phantom tomorrow with Spooky, Spirit, Equalizer, Life. We got an AMA with one of those guys actually next Thursday. So
perfect.
Stay tuned.
And our EMP vaults are doing well. The ETFs are killing it. And again, we may be integrating even more as we build out Fusion. So again, more to come for sure, bro. Awesome. All right, guys.
Very cool. Well, thanks for having us.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Jake.
Take care.
Bye. All right, awesome. We have a few more last minute updates. LA is Kirk.
I have a question for you
yeah,
that Mail has been super patient, so I promised him I would ask when we're done talking about L1X.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go with it.
Absolutely, go ahead.
So, So with Fusion coming up, how will that affect those in the VDC EMP pools?
Yes, so that is a great question. We have a plan, put it that way. So again, we're not able to really give the details because there's a big component that we haven't mentioned yet that will affect that. But yeah, we will have a plan for that. Even any other ecosystem that's building on top of EMP or with EMP in mind, we'll have a way that we can make everybody eligible for Fusion. So again, I can't give any specific answers, but nobody will be left out in the cold. I promise. I promise that. So yeah.
Awesome.
All right, is Kirk here? I know he's been busy. I may have to.
He's here.
All right, Kirk, what's up, brother?
Hey, man, how are you?
Good, man. Thank you for your patience. I know we ran a little late here, but you have some very, very exciting news to share. If you've been on our socials, you may have already seen it, but yeah, man, I'll let you do the honors, brother. So give us an update.
Yeah, I will. We finished our first cocktail NFT mint on yesterday, and today we started moving those funds into the areas that we want to put them in. The largest, of course, being EMP, and we purchased another 120,000 fresh EMP today that we paired with ETH and put into the farms. And our farm position now is close to 1,500 LP. So we're really excited about that. We've purchased fresh EMP in the month of February. We're now over 210,000 EMP that we have purchased as a protocol in the month of February alone.
What? That's amazing. Again, I wish I had the drum roll or the wah, wah, or that sound effect. But yeah, man, incredible. Way to go, Kirk. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. And then we're just getting started. We still haven't launched the protocol. The protocol doesn't launch until March 4th. And, once we start taking actual deposits, a portion of those will also be going into the EMP ecosystem. So it's not just the NFT sales. That's just what we started with first to start to build our war chest up. And so, we've just had a really great response, both from members of the EMP community and just everywhere. Shout out to SK Crypto K. I know he's on this call. He's been instrumental in helping me get the word out in other communities. And they've responded really well and like what we're trying to achieve here. And so it's been really exciting. It's been really fun. And we're very close now, just a little bit more than a week away from going live. And so just really appreciate your support. We've been on the phone a couple of times, and that's been, of course, amazingly helpful. And just wanted to share it with my home community because it's always fun for me every time I can throw up a screenshot or something and show us our little protocol that we're building on what we're putting into EMP. And so I'm just very excited about it.
Yes, brother. Well, and again, Kirk, I know even in our phone call last night, we have an amazing strategy set forth to make the most yield, for Speakeasy, while also, being extremely beneficial to the EMP ecosystem. And yeah, man, you put your money where your mouth is. I mean, again, 200,000 fresh EMP is now in the hands of a very good, member, a long-term member that will put that EMP to work and knows how to utilize it and help us support PEG without dumping EMP. So really excited for that, man. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and in our conversation, guys, I talked quite a bit with AJ last night, and very excited about what I'm hearing tonight on the AMA.
I was gonna say I gave Kirk a little alpha. I mean, based on, again, not to ruin anything, but based on what you heard, Kirk, are you bullish on Fusion? So yeah.
I'm super bullish on Fusion. Let me just say that it's no accident that this fledgling protocol has almost 250,000 EMP and more to come.
Totally.
So anyway, thanks to everybody. Thanks to you. I'm not going anywhere. I'll keep everybody apprised. And if anybody here on the EMP side wants more information about what we're doing over at Speakeasy, feel free to DM me, no problem. And I'll be happy to, or come over on our Telegram and check it out.
Perfect. All right, brother. Much love. Thanks for jumping on, and
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
we'll bring you back on sometime next week. I would love to go over. I know you're gonna have a whole another round of NFTs as well. Once the protocol is live, correct? So I'd
Yes,
love
we
to do an
actually,
update. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, we're actually rolling out a new NFT tomorrow.
Okay, perfect.
So we'll talk about that maybe next week, and then that also would lead right into our launch on Saturday the 4th.
All right, perfect, man. And yeah, anybody that was already able to get a cocktail, you get the best rates there are. But yeah, there will be more NFTs to come.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Kirk. You got it, man. Bye bye. So, all right, awesome. LA, one more update, and then we can take some more questions. Level X. So again, not to be confused with Layer 1X. Layer 1X is what we have been talking about the entire time today. That is the actual Layer 1 blockchain. But we have a sister project with the Growth DeFi team called Level X. And Level X is a rebasing token that has been the first rebasing token to be actually deflationary. It's been absolutely insane. The dead address or the burn address has like 24 million Level X in it. Over the first, like, it's still only been like, what, 2 weeks since launch. So today they harvested all the rewards from that burn address and then actually sent it to the burn address. So again, not to get too confusing, but the burn address is not able to it's not a person or a smart contract. So the rewards it was receiving, they were not actually being burned, even though they were in that dead address. So EMP and escrow have been accumulating, so we had to push an update to automatically claim and then burn those tokens. So we posted all the transaction hash IDs in our socials, and we've already burned about 2,500 EMP in just over a week. So that will only get bigger. Again, as the level of the burn address goes up, it will get more and more of the rewards and rebase. And so we could literally see, 25,000 EMP being burned every week once that wallet address continues to grow. So that was super bullish news as well. And anything that reduces the circulating supply of EMP is amazing. And when we're below peg, we are non-inflationary. So every burn literally makes EMP deflationary. So yeah, anything you want to add to that, LA?
I'm just excited for it to keep building up and for that wallet to keep leveling up, because that's when it gets really powerful.
Totally. It's only a level 3 right now. I mean, and it gains a level every week. So imagine when it's at level 10 or 20 or 100. It'll be, again, just massive and in terms of burning EMP and escrow for sure. So, all right, awesome. Any other questions or last minute input? I know it was a long one today, but we really needed to go over a lot of info. And again, I feel like this is a well needed AMA as well. I think, that the tides are turning both in crypto overall and in EMP, where we can see a full system recovery sooner than we imagine. So we're excited for all that.
I don't see any other questions popping up, and so I just wanted to say if anyone has any issues when you're accessing the site, don't hesitate to tag one of us on the Telegram or Discord groups. We're happy to help the best that we can, and we're excited for this.
Yep, 100%. And I know Bull was able to join us a little bit today. So, Bull, any of your last minute words of wisdom that we all know and love, or anything you want to add before we wrap it up? Go ahead, bro.
I hear a recorder in the background or something.
Yeah, that's Abel. He's excited. Yeah, my son.
Oh,
Yeah,
good for
so
him. Yeah, good
he's
for him,
bullish.
man.
He's bullish on L1X. All right. Yeah.
He
So.
well, yeah, he's bullish on blockchain and crypto in the future. Like, it's up and to the right, people.
Yeah.
Seriously, you just stay the course. Um, I know it's tough, but like, look, the markets are turning around. I think we're all aware of that. You can see just incredible, massive, like development and ideas like really bubbling to the surface here. And so I don't know. The future's bright. I know there's a lot of stuff like you said there. This was a long one because there's so much stuff and that's really just kind of scratching the surface of the potential. I'm sure everybody's kind of got the confusion a little bit, the excitement, kind of like you would on Christmas morning. But, really at some point we're all going to get to open those presents and, celebrate, I guess is the best word to.
Yeah, 100%, Bull. No doubt, brother. I know, that was the goal all along. You were at the forefront of that in terms of helping us educate our community. We were doing AMAs together. Then LA joined the fun, and she's been helping me tremendously in terms of growth and being my, left and right hand between both of you guys. So, yeah, I mean, again, I think that, part of all that is learning how to be a better crypto user. And that plays into all this. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I had these opportunities when I was getting into crypto. I mean, it was a minefield, even 3 years ago. And I know a lot of people still maybe feel that way with a lot of rogues happening. But if you find good projects and good teams, those are the people that you need to stick with for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, seriously, people, it is about, if just please Google the term like network effect or Reed's law or Metcalfe's law and what the value of the network actually is. And, it the technology is nothing without people, and it's people that power these things. So it's the relationships that you form, it's how you trust these people, it's how you work with people, that gives these things value. And you meet the right people and it elevates you, it lifts you, it really does. It, not to sound corny, but like it does, it lifts you up. And crypto shouldn't be a solo sport because there's too much to do, there's too much to learn, there's too many things to have to know to do it on your own. So don't do it on your own. You do it on the ship that you're on, the friendship. I know that's cheesy, but truly, it is nothing without people. Crypto is no fun, even in a bull market. Like if you don't have people to celebrate with, so make sure that you're making those connections. And look at the people here that have started their own projects. They're doing different things, and I think there's a lot of people that could, when they came in here and thought, oh, okay, this is just another tomb fork and it'll be dead in 2 weeks or a month. And, I may make some money. I might lose something, but I venture to say the vast majority of people never came in thinking, oh, I'm going to meet a bunch of awesome people here. I'm going to be in a way different position than I was a year ago. And I'm going to have made 20 friends, et cetera. It's going to be different for everybody. But the point is that it all starts with that first conversation you have with somebody. So don't underlook or don't think that, oh, I don't know anything about crypto. And the thing is you might not know something about crypto, but you might know something about another thing that's relevant that crypto needs. You just need to find the right people. And that starts, truly with that first conversation.
I love it, Bull. Man, great stuff, bro. Again, that's why I love hearing from you, man. And again, it's no bullshit. People may think it's corny or whatever, but that has been my mentality in crypto, and that's how I've, amassed a multi-million-dollar portfolio over the last 3 years. And again, I mean, I've been super fortunate. Some of that is definitely luck, but a lot of it is just due diligence. Putting in your 10,000 hours, to become an expert. And again, I mean, I know a lot of you have lives and families and real life jobs and everything else. So it doesn't mean that you have to be, glued to your computer 24/7. It just means that you have to have, some skin in the game, and really want to be here for the right reasons. And if you made it through this bear market, you deserve to be here. And again, I think over the next year and a half, we're going to see, another bull run unlike anything we've witnessed so far. So it's all in due time, and we're positioned extremely well with our own protocol, with all our partnerships, again with other sister projects. I mean, we're truly becoming, a force to be reckoned with in DeFi. So all right, awesome guys. Well, on that note, I'm gonna wrap it up. Again, please share this recording with some of your contacts. Let them know about what we're building, what we're doing, both the development side of EMP, and then also what we're doing with L1X. Again, amazing opportunity for anybody that is fortunate enough to hear about the pre-sale. But once that 5 million hard cap is hit, that's it. So again, only about 2 weeks or less. All right, awesome. LA, anything else you want to say? Sorry, I gave Bull the final word, but yeah, go ahead, LA.
No, all good. You guys wrapped it up nicely, so I think that's a good place to end it.
All right, awesome. All right, thanks everybody. We will be back on Monday for our regularly scheduled AMA. Again, Mondays and Thursdays at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. But we may do a few impromptu AMAs as well. I know we have some other things in the works that we may need to release outside of those AMAs. So just long story short, stay very connected to us in the next week as we not only promote L1X with a bunch of external AMAs, but also some more alpha as we continue building and moving forward.
And our AMA tour starts on Saturday.
Yes, awesome. And Ellie, will you, again, a leading question here, but will you be posting?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, all right. Do we have we'll have a full breakdown, right,
I
of
can
all of them?
Fine by now.
Yeah, you can totally. So yeah,
Yeah, I'll
well,
post it for everyone for sure.
all right, and as always, it really helps, when all of you join those AMAs, not only to show, how powerful the EMP community is, but it helps a lot of people that have never heard of EMP or L1X or anything that we talk about, to know that we're not, scammers. We have a track record. We're the real deal. So, all right, awesome. All right, for the last time then, good night, good day. We'll see you all on Monday. Bye bye.